Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and another Monday mix. Today we are doing the 10th of February. Now I've just finished doing the £2 coin hunt, which is due up on Saturday coming. I'm not going to say too much about it, but it is well worth a watch, as is the 50 pence hunt coming up on Wednesday. But before we get into today's video, I've noticed that over the last 28 days there's over 40% of you who watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. I would massively appreciate it if you do. If you do, hit the notification bell. That will keep you notified of any uploads I do. Obviously, if you don't want to be notified, you can just leave that blank. But as well as that, there's the thumbs up button. And if you leave a comment, I will reply to every single one of you. So I've got a couple of coin purchases which I'll be showing you a little bit later on in the video, but firstly we're going to start off with some coin news. Now on Friday just gone there was another Royal Proclamation came out, and amongst other metals we also have a couple in the copper and nickel variety to keep your eyes open for. The first one is a £5 coin, and it's going to be another one of the Music Legends series, and this one will feature John Lennon. Now it'll be a depiction of Lennon with the inscription John Lennon Imagine on the reverse. Now strangely, 44 years ago in 1981 he did actually have a number one with the song Imagine. He was obviously assassinated on the 8th of December 1980. Now on the 9th of October this year would have been his 85th birthday, because he was born on the 9th of October 1940. Obviously we've just had Paul McCartney Music Legends £5 coin, and I did see Steve at Bucks Coin do a review on that a couple of days ago, and he did actually mention the John Lennon one, thinking it was going to be coming out in 2026, but as it turns out we're going to get it probably this year. Now what's going to happen with regards to George Harrison and Ringo Starr, I have no idea, unless the Royal Mint are thinking of bringing out some Thomas the Tank Engine 50 pence commemoratives, which obviously Ringo Starr did actually narrate. Now the second coin that's been mentioned is a £2 coin. This is going to be a depiction of the RRS Discovery. Now RRS stands for Royal Research Ship, and it's going to have a depiction of the Discovery along with a whale tail and two penguins with the inscription RRS Discovery, and the edge will have the wording Designed for Adventure. Now I don't know what sort of anniversary this is due to commemorate, because the ship was actually launched on the 21st of March 1901, but the construction started on the 24th of November 1900, which would have been 125 years. It was built in Dundee. The research ship was actually the last traditional wooden three-masted ship to actually be built in the United Kingdom. And it's now actually back in Dundee as a centrepiece visitor attraction in the city. It was actually originally built for Antarctic research, and the first mission, the British National Antarctic Expedition, carried Robert Falcon Scott and Ernest Shackleton on their first and very successful Antarctic journey, which was known as the Discovery Expedition. There was no trivia this week because I couldn't find anything that's coin related, so we're going to go straight into the number one song on this day, and we're going to go back to 1983 for this. The Australian band Men at Work with Down Under was at number one. Now they were actually formed in Melbourne in Australia in 1978 by frontman Colin Hay, who was on lead vocals and guitar, and Ron Strikert on bass guitar, and Jerry Spicer on drums. Now they were later joined by Greg Ham, who played the flute, saxophone and keyboards, and John Rees on bass guitar, which led to Strikert reverting to the lead guitar. The song Down Under was their only UK number one, and their major success in many other countries, with other releases failing to hit the top 20. But they were inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame, which is the Australian Recording Industry Association, in 1994, and they also won a Grammy Award in 1983 for the Best New Artist. Now in 1984, Spicer and Rees were asked to leave the group following a dispute over the band's manager. Those two wanted the manager gone, but the other three didn't. So the remaining three were actually joined by session musicians. Now, during recording of their Two Hearts album, Strike had left, and after the album was released in 1985, Ham also left, leaving Colin here as the only former member left. He went solo, and the band name was actually retired in 1986. However, between 1996 and 2002, Hay and Ham revived the Men at Work band with other new group members, and there were occasional reunions with other members of the band. But there was actually one sad note, was the fact that in 2010 the band were successfully sued by Larrikin Music Publishing, who owned the music rights to a children's song called Kookaburra. Now you can actually see this on YouTube if you want, but the flute part does actually sound very much like a bit of the children's song Kookaburra. Now the original songwriter had actually died in 1988, but Australian law states that 70 years have to elapse following the death of the songwriter before similar tunes can be brought out. Now the bit, as I mentioned, of Down Under that was contested was the flute playing part done by Ham. Although Hay and Strike had written the song Down Under years before, Ham added the flute riff. The judge awarded 5% of past, that's since 2002, and future profits to the Larrikin Music Publishing Company. Now Greg Ham actually took the verdict pretty hard because he felt responsible for the outcome, which plunged him into depression and anxiety. And a couple of years later, he was actually found dead at his house in April 2012 as a result of a fatal heart attack, and he was only 58 at the time. Now, to date, only Colin Hay is still involved, and he revived the Men at Work name again in 2019. He tours with other musicians, and no other former members are involved at all. So that was a strange turn of events, but we've got 2 coins to show you to finish off. This won't be a very long video at all. Now the first one I've got is from the St Helena and Ascension Islands, £2 coin. It's from 2003. I've got the Raphael McClure portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This bit here is the St Helena and Ascension Islands coat of arms. Now I paid in total for this, because it was free postage, £7.55. Now there's a couple of books I use for reference when I'm sort of buying coins. This one for the £2 coin, and there's that one for the 50p. Now this £2 coin does actually state that for a circulated variety it's worth between £5 and £10, which is about right, but this one is an uncirculated one, and that's worth between £10 and £15, but it is a very, very nice coin. Obviously there's a few scuff marks because obviously it's been in some sort of bag, but the obverse is pretty decent. So that was one nice coin I got. The second one is from the Isle of Man. Now it's been nearly 2 months since we had Christmas, but this one is from 2016. You would normally think it's a Milner's Tower. It's got like a funny frosted finish to that one, but I got this on auction, and it's the 2016 Christmas pudding from the Isle of Man. Now right at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, just to the right of the 50, we've got 2 letters, and it looks like it says BA. Now there wasn't a BA die used in making this coin, but there was an AB, so you have to read it from sort of top to bottom. Now this one did cost me a little bit more. I paid £9 for the coin, and there was £1.65 postage. Now when it arrived, and obviously when it was described in the eBay advert, I did say it did have a little bit of toning, but a little silver polishing cloth got rid of that without any bother at all. Again, it's got a few little scuff marks, so it's obviously been in a bag, but it is an uncirculated condition. And the 50p guide that I mentioned, this one here, does actually state that in a circulated condition between £7 and £9, and uncirculated between 10 and 16, which this one is. So 2 nice coins to add to the collection. I do have a few others on the way. I thought they would have arrived by now, but we'll probably see them next week. And that's it for today. Very nice short one for a change. So don't forget to hit that little subscribe button to the left. And until the next time, thank you for watching. Keep on hunting, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.